for the mod pit bike goes as follows. In first place, we have number 798, Mike Chrysos. And in second place, we have number 180, Kevin Papeco. The results for the stock pit bike class goes as follows. In first place, we have number 7, Nicholas Hage. And in second place, we have number 171, Nick Bright. The final race for this edition will be Dash for Cash. And I'll tell you folks, this is one of my favorite races of all. 2 laps of just all or nothing. And like the old saying goes, it ain't over until it's over, and it ain't over till the fat lady sings. Because I'm telling you what, folks, this is a great race. You got to watch it all the way to the end. It's really exciting. Results for Dash for Cash is in first place, number 60, Roy Thornton. And in this race, folks, there is no second place. You are just a first place loser and you don't count. Because the guy who comes in first is the guy who gets the cash, and that's all there is to it. So, with that, we hope you enjoyed this edition of KJ's Racing. This is Eric Nelson reminding you always to wear your safety equipment and keep the rubber side down. We'll see you next time. It looks as if we have a little time left on the clock. Well, I'd like to share a little experience that I had this past weekend. Yes, we were at the racetrack, and no, I wasn't filming. No, I'm not the cameraman all the time. I was actually enjoying being with all the other people there and watching my son race. You know, it's kind of tough. You know, I'm the guy standing behind the camera, and you know, my son's down on a line by himself. You know, he's only 12 years old, so it's kind of nice to, you know, be with him that way and hang out at certain races. And you know, he did pretty good, but unfortunately the results didn't end up that way. Couple 2-3 corners away from the 5 feet away from the finish line, and that was it. Crashed and got hit again, and before he could get up, so he didn't place anything. And he, you know, finally got the bike running and took it off the track, and he was really upset, you know. And the only thing I had to keep telling him and asking him was time and time again, you know, because he was so upset about losing. And I says, look, I says, how's your hand? I says, you know, because another rider had hit his handlebar and hit right where his hand was. And I asked him probably 5, 6 times, how's your hand? How's your hand? He kept worrying about if I was mad or anything else. I said, I don't care about the race. I don't care about the bike. You know, you can always get a new bike, or you can always fix a stupid part. It's no big deal. I says, I'm more worried about your hand. I says, your hand is the most important thing at this point. You know, we can't put him back together that easy. Bikes, who cares? It's a bike. You know, you can replace it anytime. You know, as far as a rider's physical condition goes, you can't put a price tag on it, you know. And that's, you know, he didn't understand it. He thought I'd be all upset because he had lost. He was doing so well. He made a stupid mistake. And he's 12 years old. You know, I'm not going to, you know, I was a little bit like one of those soccer parents a little bit in the beginning, you know, and I'm just now just settling down a little bit saying, hey, the whole object is that you got to try to improve every time. I've always said that since day one. When you go out on the track, try to always improve. That's the biggest thing. Always, always improve. That's the biggest thing about racing. And you got to try to be competitive to make yourself better and to make the other riders better. Yeah, never worry about a placement, because I'll tell you what, I've chewed my kid out for taking a first place, and I've also praised him for taking a 6th place. And you kind of look at me going, why would you chew him out for a first place? Chewed him out for a first place because he was looking back and he was dogging it. Well, you know, you get hurt that way. The track's in front of you. It's not behind you. It's not to the side of you. It's in front of you. All these objects come up really fast, and you can get injured very quickly. So I chewed his butt out for a first place, and yet when he was fighting really hard.
I'm Eric Nelson. I'm with
Kevin Marquardt, number 352.
And so, on that note, why don't you tell me, what was your most memorable track that you rode?
My most memorable track would have to be Byron, Illinois, about 10 minutes from here. It's where I grew up racing. It's where everything started. I got the ball rolling there, met Derek, and the rest is history.
Okay, and when you say, so what was the age that you really started at?
My stepdad bought me a PW50 when I was 7 years old for Christmas and took me out riding every day and got into 65s right away and started racing when I was 8 years old.
Oh, that's really good. And so how far have you progressed?
I've made it through the ranks from the minis to the beginner class.